of the planet Earth. And you
This is
and
Robert
the
Young
Earth,
for YNN,
and the 6 billion
UNewsNet.net.
people,
We're here
and
in
then the
Washington,
hundreds of
D.C. at the
thousands of
March for
people
Peace.
standing in
Obviously,
Washington
if
and
you
other
look around, you
places
can
in
see
this
there's
country
a
today,
gathering
standing
of
up for
thousands of
peace.
people
Can you get that
getting
picture?
together to oppose this president's
Now I want you to
policy
get that
in
the
Iraq,
sun is
the escalation
one
of troops.
thousands of
We'll be here
stars
today
in our
and
galaxy.
conducting interviews,
And our
talking to
galaxy
people,
is one
basically
of
getting the footage that we'll need to show America exactly how we feel about this president's policies in Iraq.
And now can you see where you are in the universe? No, I don't think you can, because if you get it, there's no way to form that picture. But here we are, folks. Here we are on this little planet with 6 billion people, 1/1,000,000th of the size of the nearest star, in a universe that is immense.
They have it blocked off.
We said that Black Warriors for Peace is a national network of activists and others of African descent working for justice and peace at home and abroad. Please give a big hand.
And the co-convener of a group that is part of the leadership of United for Peace and Justice, U.S. Labor Against the War, Fred Mason.
Thank you. There should be no anti-war rally without labor in the house. It's labor on the ball. It's labor on the ball. Sisters and brothers.
Here to say enough is enough.
Glad you're all here. We've got to hold more of these, just like on Election Day, November 7th, until our government gets the message. Out of Iraq immediately this year. Hello, Detroit. You came all the way in buses for 10 hours. I hear you. Hello, Code Pink. I hear you. Hello, Institute of Policy Studies. I hear you. But George Bush has the habit of firing military leaders who tells him the Iraq war is failing. But let me tell you something. He can't fire you. He can't fire us. But we can fire him. Said this morning. Has anyone in the history of the United States ever been so singularly wrong and misguided about such phenomenally important events and continued to insist he's right in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary? Has there ever been anybody in American history? There certainly hasn't. Now we marched and protested and legislated against segregation and then against the Vietnam War. Today we march and protest and legislate against the war in Iraq, and we continue the great tradition of struggle of the people. Today's march is a continuation of the vote on November 7th. The history's clear. When our country's at a moral crossroads, it takes the cries and the outrage of American people to force Washington to do the right thing. That's why we're here.
No, I don't think you can, because if you get it, there's no way to form that picture.
They have it blocked off.
CIO and the co-convener of a group that is part of the leadership.
Today We marching to do the right thing. That's why we're here.
To protect them from each other. We live together for a new dictatorship. The Iraqi government to do is how to ignore their own people's demand. And we want the troops to come home now.
From all enemies, foreign and domestic. And our greatest enemy today is
sacrificed for this misadventure. Us today. He spent his morning drilling a multicultural coalition. Abolition whites challenge the priorities of our Congress. In his words, vision without fear. We must mold opinion, not just follow. Beyond demonstrations and legislation, we need a new vision. More money at home. Yes. A sacrifice for justice in the spots, turn swords into plowshares, and spiritual improvement hooks. More bridges. A time to alive. No more deaths. Keep hope. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. No,
Job, just like it's yours. We're Americans.
Out against the war. It has happened now within 3 years of constant danger from hidden roadside bombs and exposed to to sleep. Imagine you witness your closest friend that you killed turns out to be an innocent child or your eyesight. You lost a friend. You lost your sanity and continues. I didn't expect many are being sent back are on potent antidepressants over the next 5 years. Listen to the sons and daughters who are returned.
Karl Rove has been subpoenaed. 20-year-old servicemen will hit the ground in a hostile land. Let's get him out of office before the only one on his side is talk to the walls. Bush is against the United States people, against the world. Money that could be used here at home instills them not to occupy Iraq. Georgia's God commandments here. And let's not forget that most lives of Iraqi civilians.
Lining up, and also going to remind you of something very